Okay.
like that. They have the YouTube studio where can't how much I think like if you wanted to get like a basic, it's like $200 I think, which isn't bad. It's not bad, $200. Comes with like the soft lights and everything. But that's our goal now, man. Trying to enhance our experience.
Yeah.
So like when I grow up, I could be like you.
I don't use a lot of expensive stuff. I try to do the cheapest way. I just use now the mic of my laptop. I
Really,
think I don't know even know how much megapixels it has.
man.
I don't
Well,
know how much. Maybe 3 megapixels. You know how less that is. That is. It's not as
I like
much.
your setup is nice, man. Like, cause I watch you and Rico do y'all thing, man, and that's pretty dope.
My daughter is here. She want to ask me something. What do you want? She's telling me that the TV is doing strange. We have always problems here in home with the internet, and everything is streaming from the internet, also the television, and always it's disconnecting, and then they crying because they have no television. She is here. Wait. Uh,
Hey,
you're
how
on
you
the
doing?
internet. Say hello.
Hey, sweetie, how you doing?
He's asking hoe gaat het? Hoe gaat het,
Cutie pie.
Lisa? Yeah, she's 3.
Hey, 3-year old,
Yeah,
got your juicy juice?
yeah. I got 2 daughters, and they both are really drinking a lot every day. So I keep refilling and giving their drinking, and the whole day they're drinking water and lemonade and other things.
Good morning. Hey, sweetie. I'm about to grab me a set of headphones right now, bro.
But about the. But I will have a look. Ik ga zo kijken. Ja? About setup. You don't have you don't have to pay a lot to get a lot of quality. I think it's important that I think it's important just to use the juist programs, and um, you don't have to pay you don't have to pay a lot to get I think quality.
No, I
I,
don't
I
think.
use I use for my videos. I use a simple macro video camera. A lot of times you have seen maybe some of my videos, not my live streams. I can pick it up. It's this one. It's a
Oh,
Lumix, and this one is I think you can because this is an older one. You have
okay.
also the newer one. I think the newer one is around 500, but maybe you can pick this one up for 200. It is a lot of money, $200, but it's not like that. It's not that expensive that you cannot pay it. $200.
Yeah, 200 is not that bad, man. Cause I mean, we spent $200 on a watch.
I think the quality of this one is just nice. You can do videos in 4K, and
Oh,
also photos, and it has a good lens for macro, for very close-up shots and videos.
okay.
So yeah, it is. But when you go for a Sony, I know Sony. This one is Lumix Panasonic, but if you go for Sony has now built in a feature that you can use it as a webcam with your computer.
Now,
For
how much is that though?
Sony,
Yeah,
I don't have one. I don't know. I think you can also find Sony around $200-300.
I'll look into that today.
And it's very handy, but this one that doesn't have that feature. So if you want to go live a lot, so you want to use it as a webcam, I would advise you to go for Sony because they have a built-in feature, right?
Okay.
For to use it as webcam.
All right.
And I use a normal microphone now, just a plug and play microphone that I bought for $30, $40.
Okay. Let me get set up real quick.
So that
It's cool.
and the software is free. I think you're falling out. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. We got me some headphones. Pay like $9 for these.
$9. Yeah, that's okay. But and the software. The last thing I said, the software that I use is free. You only have to get used to it because you can do a lot with this software. It's I use OBS Studio, and you can do a lot of different things. And I use OBS for live streams.
Okay.
But what are you wearing today?
I got a Sea Hunter on.
A sea
Professional.
hunter. Yeah,
Yep.
that's a nice
That's
piece. You
I
didn't
like this.
expect that question, right? I saw you thinking.
I thought like, wait,
Hey, Trap.
what's up? Oh wow,
Do you know what
Dude,
this is?
that's a Bozoos.
Yes, of course.
I haven't seen that piece in a long time, dude.
This is also an older one. I think from 2014.
Let me see.
14.
Okay, so you are the fourth person I know that has that piece.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah,
I really like the. I really like. Invicta used some years ago those Etta Volgrenges movements. I don't know if you know about that,
Yeah,
but I don't know if you can see it, but the
I,
the
yep.
movement is very well nicely decorated, so it's really beautiful.
I don't. I mean, like I said, there's not a lot of people that I know with like you, the fourth person I know that has that piece.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. So let me get this together. I'm actually about to walk back to my house, which my house is about maybe a half a mile from here.
You're using now the how do you say it for your mouse?
Huh?
What you know wearing?
Oh, this that mask that
Yeah, the
you talking about
mask.
the mask?
You're using the mask now that Rico sent you, right?
Yep. Yep.
Here in I live in the Netherlands, and here you don't have to wear them when you're on the streets.
You don't okay, so we're like here, they're lifting our mask ban this Saturday.
Okay. Also,
Yep.
before you had to wear them on the street.
Yeah. Yep. I got a few pieces with me too.
Oh, so you don't
In my
have just one, but more. Uh
So
Why do you
look, I'll
have
show
more
you.
pieces with you?
Like I do this when I'm vlogging and stuff out here. Some people be asking me questions like, about watches. So I bring some of my favorite pieces with me.
Oh,
So
just for
this
people to show you them. Oh,
Yep.
that's a Super Aquanoma one, right?
Yep.
No,
Yes,
a
sir.
little bit more like this one, this side. Yes, yeah, no, too much. Yeah. I can see it.
Yep.
It's a beautiful piece.
Now this one right here is like one of my favorites.
A Grand Diver?
Yep. But it's a reserve.
Oh, a reserve. Yeah, it's difficult sometimes to get it good on the camera.
So there we go. Yep. I got my Invicta jewelry. And this is my 15th anniversary piece.
Oh yes, I really love those pieces with mother of pearl. This one is also one, right?
Yep. And then my citizen.
You even have a citizen. What do you think
Yep.
about that brand? You're selling them, right?
The citizen. Yeah. You know what? I like the citizen because it's I mean it's simplistic, man. You really don't have you can just buy it, wear it, and don't worry about it. There's it's not it takes all of the guesswork out. Now I do have customers that come in and buy citizen, they'll buy the perpetual calendars. And I try to explain it to them. I said, well, the perpetual calendars are a little different because if you don't have your battery charged, um, if you store your watch and the battery goes out, then you'll have to set that thing back up. And
Yeah.
people don't know how to set up a perpetual calendar. So I just set one yesterday. Guy came in with like, how do you set this? He's had the watch for 2 years now, but he had it stored for a couple of years. Oh no, I think he said for a year in a case, and he just pulled it out. I said, man, that's the worst thing you can do, especially to a citizen, because if you're not recharging that battery and that cell goes all the way dead,
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 you'll end up having to send it back to citizen, but then put a new cell in there. You'll burn the cell out.
Somebody asking in the chat if you're now at the airport.
Yes, I am in Indianapolis. Hey, how you doing? Yes, I'm in Indy. And we still got some good weather here so far.
But very nice also that you were saying that also I've seen in your video, your last one, that you also wearing that venom on your work.
The Venom? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that Joker, and that you have like a chat when you're working, and you have a chat with I think with a woman, right? About the watch because you were showing a ring, I think.
Yep.
And she saw your watch.
That was yeah. So what happened was this lady she loves DC comics. So she came in. It was about 2 weeks ago. She came in and said, "Hey, what is that on your arm?" Now I'm trying to sell her. She's getting married this weekend, and she's coming in to buy a ring for her fiance, and she just kept looking at the watch. She was like, "Dude, what is that on your arm?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is a boat. It's a Joker." When I said Joker, she just lost. So she showed me a picture of her. She redid her entire basement is in Batman and Joker, flat out. She has the way her basement set up. She has an actual pole that comes down from the second story, like a fireman's pole, and it's actually a staircase, and it got Batman emblems and stuff all around it. She had ironwork, like actual ironwork, done in Batman and Joker, and she just like lost it. So she asked me to wear a suit in purple in that Joker watch, so I did it.
Hmm.
She just
And you had a shirt that fits with it, a purple shirt.
what'd you say?
You were wearing a purple shirt.
Yeah. I did that. I did that for a customer, man. So it's dope. I like doing stuff like that, man. But the biggest thing about the Invicta watches, any watch that I wear to work, man, always, I'm talking about every time, get some type of response from people. Even like, so I'm gonna show you guys something. Where I am right now, this is like a little shopping mall.
Yeah.
All the way back there to all the way. Let me show you. back here, my wife and I come out here and work out in the morning. And
Okay.
when we come out in the day and I have my watch with whatever watch of the day I have, like when we're walking, somebody, hey man, that's a nice watch. Because I will always have something big on, and people will stop conversation and we'll sit here for like maybe 15 minutes to talk, and it, man. So I mean, I know some people don't like Invicta, man. I get it. Like I saw your video when you were talking about the Invicta trolls and stuff like that,
Oh
and the
yeah.
guys that talk about, you know what? What's that jury? I forgot his name. His channel with the beard. He, I just don't like how he would say that the only good Invicta is a pro diver or a grand diver, and that is so far from the truth. Because I mean, there's I'm gonna say a huge percentage of people that live in my area, in areas like mine, that's all they wear is Invicta.
Yeah.
So I don't know where he's getting his information from, talking about the big watches are going out. Nobody buys this, a bad investment. Like people that buy Invicta don't buy it just to buy it, keep it for a little while, and then sell it for a bigger price. That's for like fashion and Rolex and stuff like that. Those are investment pieces.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing that. We buy these
But
things, man.
but
One day.
I'm not really sure if people that buying Rolex, if they are all watch lovers.
No, they're not. Do
Not
you know?
all.
I have. Let's see. I'm gonna give you a number. If I had 10 people that came into my store and bought a watch, I'll say maybe 3 out of the 10 own Rolex, but they'll buy Boulevard or Citizen. They have other little. They go to Walmart to buy watches.
Okay.
So like I have one customer, he has 3 Rolexes and he don't wear none of them. They're in the safety deposit box. He
Okay.
has the incredible. He has Incredible Hulk, which I told him, I said, man, sit on it for like, especially now, seeing that Rolex, they discontinued it.
Yes.
I said, sit on it for a little bit. I think he said he paid 10 grand for his. I said, I mean, even if he sold it right now, he'll make a nice profit. But I
Yes,
just
I
told
think
him,
it's good now going for 13 or so.
yeah, yeah. But you know what? I know somebody that paid as much as $17,000 for it just to get it because they was like, hey, it's discontinued. I want to get it. I mean, $17,000. Here's the deal. Just me personally. $17,000 to buy a watch just to sit in your safety deposit box.
Yeah.
I just can't wrap my mind around that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you want to invest, buy stock. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna buy a watch. Like that just don't make sense to me. But to each his own.
But I think a true watch lover or collector is somebody who also wears it or give it some love on the way.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with that wholeheartedly, man. Um, like for you, example, like let me ask you, what is your favorite watch to
Whew.
wear? Like what style?
That's really difficult question.
Yeah.
Um, what do I love? Yes, but I wearing this is now the piece I wear most last couple of weeks. But I'm also like a guy that loves to wear like more this is the Invicta 9053. So this is a more this is a pro dive homage to the Rolex. That is made in 1953. So. Uh, but I also collect those older pieces, but I don't wear them that often, but sometimes, and I love some of them. Maybe I have here one. This one is also, I think it's also a very nice piece. It's a chronograph from the 70s.
I like that. I like that band. Is nice, man.
Yeah, the strap is not original, but this is a
Okay.
handmade strap, but it is a rally band, so it fits very well with the style of the watch. It's an more a racing themed watch. They call it a surfboard because you see the black, right? It's a surfboard
Yeah.
kind of. But sometimes people calling this also a panda because black white.
Yeah, I like that, man. That's nice. I would
So
wear that.
Yes, I me too. I wear this also sometimes, and yeah, I think it's a very nice piece. But they are all three very different from each other. Which one do I love most? I don't know.
You know what? I'm kind of upset I missed out on. I had an opportunity to get that 1953, and I hesitated, and then when I went to go buy it, it was sold out.
Yeah.
I actually like that, man. I love that dial on it, man. And again, I like the homage watches. As a kid, that was like one of the goals is when you get older and be more successful, you'll buy a Rolex. Just to show like your status. But I kind of took a left turn, man, because I got watches that really kind of talked about, like, explain who I was. I love the style of certain watches. I used to wear a lot of digital watches when I was younger. When I got a little older, like Casio was it for me, man. Actually, I have a Casio, and I'll actually do a video on this one. It still works, but I took it on my deployment with me, man. I went to training. I went through 2 deployments with it. It still worked. Speed up a little bit, but it still worked, man. The battery still, like, I've had that watch for 12 years now, and it
Out, I think
kick freeze.
it's
Got me. Okay.
freezing. Okay, I think trap vision.
Let me get to it.
I think you're
Hold on, let me get to a better spot.
okay.
You got me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna move to a better location. So let me ask you this: what is your, like? When did you start collecting watches?
Uh, I started with collecting watches when I some years ago. I think some
So what
years
was
ago. Uh, I think so. 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
uh,
So not it's I'm not I'm also a young guy. So I turned to 31. So I think four or
oh yeah,
five
you
years
young.
ago.
Well, so what was your motivation? What got you to that point? You know what I'm saying? What was your fixation on collecting watches?
Really love, and I'm very interested in stories, especially. I really love those. I love to read stories about, yeah, some older watches that are made. So the first thing when I was going into watches, it was into the vintage watches. And what brings me into Invicta was one of those vintage Invictas. Sorry, Lisa. If, what me what um, I got one Invicta, a vintage piece. I have it in my box, so I can pick it up if you want, but I have to have a look for it. But that piece that brought me into the Invicta, but this is an older piece from the 60s. And I was looking on the internet, and when you're looking on the internet about their older pieces, so from the 60s, the 70s, the 50s, you know, you can name it. You cannot find a lot about it on the internet. So it was really a search for me because you cannot find anything, almost anything on it on the internet. And yeah, I think that I think that was the starting point. Just my um, I was just I couldn't find anything of about Invicta watches about their older pieces, and Invicta's here in the Netherlands not a big brand. Not a lot of
Mm,
people are wearing it, so I was also on the internet and I've seen the modern pieces, and that made me also interested because they are different. But I also like love those modern style.
Okay, I like that too. I'm real big into the stories, man. And the good thing about like for me is I had the privilege of actually meeting a lot of collectors, man. People that dive into this, man. You just meet so many different people, like they different from you. So like for me, for instance, I ran into a judge, right? Our lifestyles are completely different, completely different. But he likes Invicta watches. I met a few police officers, same deal. Like we probably would never have met because our interests are so different from each other. Our views are so different from each other. But then, like when we look down at our wrists, like, oh man, you have this or you got that, and we're starting to talk, and then like after that, boom,
Yeah.
we're connected. And it's I don't know, man. It's I say it's like magic, man. Like it is so crazy. I got a chance to talk to AL uh,
Okay.
about I just asked him a simple question. I was like, when you set out with this, this whole Invicta craze, would you have ever imagined it reaching to this height? Like now you have a cruise, you got people that are raving about it all over the place. I mean, like, how do you feel about that? He looked me in my eyes and he said, man, I would have never imagined any of this. He said, it still blows my mind to this day that like
Hmm.
people are so involved and this community is steadily growing. I
When did
mean,
you met him?
I met him on a cruise 2019. Actually,
Okay.
I met him in 2018, but I didn't talk to him until 2019.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you this: if they have a cruise in 2022, then I know they're not gonna have one next year. Um, you should try to come if it's possible, because we had somebody from the Netherlands. I think the guy that made Invicta Worldwide was on the cruise 2019, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so.
I know one guy that is also in the Invicta Worldwide, but I'm not really sure if he did go to there.
Yeah, so when we had, I think it was 2019, AL and a bunch of people they were on stage and they asked, they said, okay, who was? I know it wasn't AL, it was Justin Zimmer. Then he asked, he said, who came the furthest? Who traveled the furthest? And somebody said they came from Cali, but then they said it was somebody like, hey, we got somebody from the Netherlands here. I
Okay.
was like, that's crazy. You flew all the way here. I said, man, that's crazy. Man, just for the crew. But just think about that. Somebody traveled from across the water, come over here to be engaged with people that like these watches. I mean, that speaks volumes, man. Like that's what I said. This community, like, so when you get people like it's complicated, um, Jory Goodman, Theo, and it's a man and woman combo. They're
Tion
YouTubers.
Harris is that.
They're, and you know what? I'm not one to, I mean, everybody has their own opinion, man, but
Yeah.
the facts though, like when they talk, I'm like, you guys are not speaking facts. You guys are talking from your opinions. You're speaking them like, hey, if it's not for you, then it's not for you. And people that's like you, they may not like the Invicta, but I think it comes down into shaming and bullying. At the end of the day, I think it's a bully because follow me on this one. If you walked in a room with people that likes protect, APs and stuff like that, and you walked in with an Invicta, you will feel like, okay, I don't belong here because all these guys like Rolexes and all these luxury watches, and they've looked at these reviews and they looked at some of these content creators that talk bad about it. So now they're looking at you like you're not even a human being. They think that, like, oh, you broke or you less than a human being or something like that. And they treat you like crap. Because
Yeah.
I had one experience a couple years ago. A Rolex collector, I looked at my watch and he thought it was a Rolex at first. I had on a Submariner Homage through Invicta, and he said, "Oh, you have a Rolex?" I said, "No, no, 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 it's an Invicta." He said, "Oh, you one of those people?" And I'm like, "What do you mean one of those people?" I said, I'm human just like you, and this is something I choose to
Hmm.
buy, something I choose, I believe in the brand, and I don't want to spend 10,000. Can I spend 10 grand on a watch? Yes, I work just like anybody else. But why would I spend $10,000 on a watch where I mean, with 10 grand, I can buy as many Invicta watches as I want. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
but there are people that buy it also because it, it, you cannot say that those watches uh, are not well made. They are well made. They are very nicely made, right?
right, yeah,
Rolex, right? They are very nicely made. And Patek, even a Patek Philippe, is even more expensive. I think some of their pieces, like the Nautilus, are going for I think 30,000. So
yeah,
even more expensive, and they are. When you see the movement, it is handmade, handcrafted, and well decorated, and it's very nicely done. So that's not bad, but I think it's a more about uh, not everyone is looking for that. There are also a lot of watch snobs. People call them. There are also a lot of people that are uh, complaining about Hublot or uh, Richard Mille.
yep,
But those are also those are very expensive and uh,
very.
very well done, very nicely decorated. Richard Mille. You're paying 100,000, 200,000 for one watch.
Man,
For Richard Mille, 100,000. You can buy a house for that for 200,000 or so, or
yeah,
300,000. Maybe some of the pieces going for 1 million. I
you know
think
what?
you're my daughter.
I'm here. What's wrong? What's wrong, sweetie?
She's saying that I'm talking too hard, so the ears are hurting.
Hey, I love kids, man. Kids are so funny, man. But you know what? I want to say this. Having a conversation about watches. When you make a decision like that to come on here as a content creator and you drop your views, especially when you're saying one brand is trash over another one, I think you need to consider the audience. For example, I know a ton of people, more than a ton of people, that they don't like, watching for the name brand. They like it because of the style or the look. I even have a few people that I know personally. They don't even know how to tell time. They just buy it because they say, "Hey, this looks good on my arm." They love the bracelet portion of it, or there's something about the aesthetics just caught their attention. So I feel like when you, as a content creator, you are free to do whatever it is that you want. But when you make a bold statement about another company being trash or whatever, because I can honestly say my values are this: if I'm going to put $10,000 into a watch or more, my priorities have to be in check with, like, I better have something. My house better be like two to $300,000, and it has to be paid for. I can't I can't see me buying a watch for that much and my house isn't paid for. Especially like what you said, Richard Mille. I got an opportunity when I went to Atlanta. This guy had a Richard Mille.
Hmm.
$250,000 what he paid for it,
Wow.
is what he told me. Now this thing was, oh my gosh, it was beautiful. Skeleton.
My daughter is asking me something. I think maybe we have to end the stream within some minutes.
Okay, okay, yeah, you
But
gotta take care
I
of your,
really love to talk with you.
no problem. So you know what? Let's schedule this again, man. Let's do something with, like, be at home. I can have some pieces set up. I can show you the very pieces that I have. Um, let's do that.
That's okay. Yeah,
Yeah, let's.
yeah. I think that's
We can,
we can do that maybe also another time. Yeah.
hey, cause I tell you what, I know about that. Duty calls, man. Your daughter needs you, man. So you go ahead and put some attention to your family right now, man. We can end this stream, brother.
Yeah, that's why I have to do my duty. She needs me for something.
Okay,
So
hey,
yeah.
so that man, cool. I appreciate you having me on, man.
Do you want to say goodbye? You want to say goodbye? Say
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
goodbye.
See you later, sweetie.
Bye bye. Thank you
All
for
right,
the
bro.
stream. We will chat privately about maybe another time, right?
Okay, yeah, yeah. Just hit me up. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Bye.